Hello. So I sucked ass at last game week standing, so I decided to, level it up a little bit. Went with a deluxe edition. So I'm gonna run you through how the league is looking right now, and yeah, let's just get into it. So in first place, Bennett remains. It's basically a tradition at this point. He's just watching the rest of the league, just sitting back and relaxing. It's almost as easy as for him as it is for Peter Crouch to get a tan. So Bennett's just big chilling right now. Biggest contributors was Salah and Holland. He didn't even captain Holland, and he still got above the average, which is crazy. He's finding a lot of good value. Adingra, Watkins, Virgil, just some of the names. Even though he captained Hoyland, which was an interesting move, in it made sense. I think they played Luton, so it wasn't the worst idea in hindsight. But yeah, most other people decided to captain either Salah or Haaland, but didn't even get to this amount of total. So Bennett continues to perform. Aiden is cooking. The man is on fire right now. Charmander is literally burning because he can actually cook just like Aiden. So apart from being able to snipe this man on his way to class, Aiden is able to snipe a lot of good value. like, um, bringing in Simicast was very good. I mean, he got, I think, 2 assists plus a clean sheet against Brentford, which is crazy. I mean, a dinger too. Like the guy had 93 points, which was like better than all of us by far. Like the man just continues to cook. Um, yeah, jeez. Well, yeah, Aiden's in second right now. Next up, we have Ollie. Ollie, yeah, he's very British, as you can tell. You know, he was very adamant about his team not being leaked early in the season. I guess it makes sense because the man's in third. He got 80 points. So, captaining Salah, having Holland and Watkins. I mean, the guy could have had 94 points, even more than Aiden, if he had, decided to put Simicast in. But he's British, so that explains a lot. Ugh. Pardon me. All right. Next up is me. Apart from this phenomenal picture of myself, which I look just like an absolute stud, um, you know, the season's been pretty mixed. Just hit the average, which is good. Captain Saka against Brighton, or excuse me, Burnley. So, I thought it was a good move, but Salah was definitely the choice. I'm just continuing to cope, but we shall see. Next up. Next up we have Andrew. Andrew. The guy's pretty small, so I thought this meme in the top right was appropriate. Um, Donny Van Depression, he is being depressed. He's not as, he's not meeting up to standards like he should be, just like he's not meeting up to the height requirements that women label on him. Um, he got the captain choice right in Holland, so I guess he'll take that and move on. But stays in fifth. Excuse me. All right, six. Thomas in the middle of the pack. He played his wild card. It looks pretty solid. Interesting that he doesn't go with either Holland or Salah. Um, but give him time. I say let the man cook. I mean, look at this picture of him. The guy's cooking already. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, give him time. All right, Ryan is currently in seventh. Um, Tottenham fan, Olive Garden enthusiast. Captaining Holland and having Salah along with returns from Sochik and Alvarez was pretty good. Um, he continues in seventh, but he's not that far off from everyone. Um, Eric is, I don't know what Eric's doing. I mean, the guy had, I think, 24 points on his bench. Like, dude, Kowalski analyzes, please. I don't know what's happening. But no, he was under the average. I don't know why he's consistently going with Rashford and Mbomo. Like Mbomo hasn't returned, I don't think, since like he's got one return in the last five, and then Rashford has just not been. I think he has 6 goals in 32 appearances since losing to Liverpool 7-0. So that's not great. But yeah, Eric sits in eighth still, where he could really have climbed this week, but oh well. Zaid, oh, just what a Chad, bro. Zayd is just such a god. He doesn't even have to try and he goes above the average because he's just him. He's looking cute in all these pictures. You can see the glow up here. My God. The man is elite. He went Salah and Holland. Um, just like Eric, I'm not sure why he has Rashford and Baldock, but the man still got above the average. So we move in, even though he's in ninth, he's not too far away from really challenging into the mid table. He really is like the epitome of just male beauty, though. I must be honest. Speaking of male beauty, we're talking about someone just as beautiful in Nicholas. I included this Ancelotti picture because I thought it would be a very good representation of how Nicholas reacted to his phone when the news came of the 10 points deduction. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. But I think he's been inactive, but he's still chugging along. And he is ahead of Safal. And for Safal, it's just over. It's not looking good, bro. I mean, like, dude, man is dipped and dropped and just he's still got above the average though, so he's definitely going to take that. Captaining Holland, having Watkins and Alvarez. I mean, he's going to hope he can get back into the thick of things, but it is not looking good for Safar right now. And then Pedro's just kind of chilling. This picture of me and him just absolutely just relaxing, chillaxing. That's just how he's feeling. He's taking life easy. But yeah, he went with a bench boost, did not go as well as he would have hoped. But we move, and Pedro will be moving. Just wanted to say at Psbb, we do not make any political statements. At this time, we will not speak on the matter. Doesn't mean we won't put up a funny image, because this is a funny image. All right, storylines for the week. Chelsea and Man City played at a 4-4 draw. That game was stupid. I don't understand how that happened, and I don't understand how Nicholas Jackson has the same amount of Premier League goals as Ollie Watkins. Salah decided to go off against Brentford. Darwin Nunez had 2 offside goals, but he got an assist. I think he also missed a sitter against Argentina, so he really just is the best player in the world. Not even the best striker, is the best player. Spurs lost to Wolves. That was hilarious. Losing to Pablo Sarabia. That's hilarious. Solanke scoring 2 really easy goals against Newcastle. It seems like they're really suffering with European congestion. What a shame. What a damn shame. It's almost criminal. Anyway, Diceball is back, beating Crystal Palace 3-2. Their midfield is deciding to show up. Doucouré, Onana, Idrissa Gueye, James Gardner. They've got a very underrated squad right there, and they even with a 10-point deduction, I don't think they're going to go down. I don't think many people think they're going to go down anyway. For all the United discourse going on Twitter, you would think that they were about to get relegated, but they currently have the best form in the league. They have 12 out of their last 15 points, which is like better than anyone. So they're up to 6. So I guess that's something. Watkins and Cash continue underperform. Cash had like the highest involvements in the opponent box and isn't doing anything. Watkins continues to underperform. He should have had a lot more points against Luton, and I think he should have had a lot more points against Fulham too. He missed a sitter, and I think he hit the post too. Brighton, it's just Adingra, Matoma, Joao Pedro, and like injuries, rotations, De Zerbi trying to change things up for Europe. It's just a very odd season for them, but their form and their rotation has just been very erratic. And then the international break sucks. Injuries suck. And we're going to go into that in a second. So upcoming notable injuries. These are from the FPL app. Madison and Stones are out for the next couple of games weeks. They're definitely not playing, so I'll highlight them in red. And then the app has Holland, Odegaard, Son, Callum Wilson, Bowen, Matoma, White, Neto, and Ake as unlikely to play. Having picked up little strains, little bruises, etc., etc. And upcoming into next week, Game Week 13 is Blockbuster. City Liverpool at 7:30 in the morning. I don't know why Liverpool keep getting these morning games. It's really low-key kind of weird. Newcastle, Chelsea, for all the primetime games Newcastle has been getting this year. I don't know why this isn't the one that they decide not to broadcast on Peacock, but the fuck do I know? Forest Brighton should be a pretty good game too, as well as Brentford Arsenal at 12:30 on Saturday. Then we have Spurs, Villa, and Everton United. 2 really, really interesting games going on Sunday. And then we round off the weekend with Fulham against Wolves. And then finalizing and finishing it up, here's the FPL team of the season so far. Your defense with Trippier, Anderson, and Saliba. Alisson Becker has the most points among goalkeepers. Salah and Holland obviously are there with Son, Bowen, Umbomo, Saka, and Watkins. All these are pretty standard choices and you ones that you would imagine. I find it interesting that Saka has so many points considering that he's not really like the one that people seem to like use a lot. Like looking on FPL Twitter, like they're all like, no, don't use Saka, use anyone else. But he's only 4 points behind Mbomo and five behind Bowen, so he must be doing something right. All right, well that's the end of the deluxe edition. Hopefully you guys liked it. I'm gonna go back to the normal format next week, but I might do this here and there. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it and happy Thanksgiving. Have a good rest of your week, guys.